大家好. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about why and how you should learn Chinese in the year 2025. That's now. So you're in the right place. If you ever wanted to learn Chinese, I'm the traveling polyglot. I like to travel. I like languages, human languages and computer languages. I like all sorts of languages and I like meeting new people. So if you want to travel and meet new people, Chinese is your choice. There are many other good choices too, but today we're going to look at Chinese. Let's get started. Why you should learn Chinese. Well, Chinese is a very common language spoken by over 1 billion people just in mainland China, and of course, it's spoken in other places like Taiwan and Hong Kong, as well as overseas. You have Singapore, where the native language is also Chinese, and the majority of people are Chinese. There are other people living there too, but the majority of people, as well as one of the official languages, is Chinese. That's just one example. But you also find that in Malaysia, there are many Chinese people, about 35%, as well as in Thailand, many people can speak Chinese. The Chinese, they immigrated to Thailand as well, and there's a long history of immigration from China to other countries, especially in Southeast Asia. That's a whole different topic. But if you like the video and subscribe to the channel, we may see a video that talks about that. Yeah, that's one reason you should learn Chinese, because there are so many people in the world who speak Chinese. So it will open up many new doors for you. Chinese is also a gateway to learning other languages in Asia. For instance, if you look at the Korean language, Korean, they have their own counting system, but they also have a Chinese counting system. Also, if you look at Thai, the Thai language, most of their numbers also come from Chinese. For instance, we have E in Chinese, and in Thai is Nung. Nung looks like it comes from the Chinese Nung, to be able to. We also have R in Chinese, which is Song in Thai, coming from the Chinese character Shuang, meaning a pair of something, two of something. And as we look further down, Sam, San, and then we have Si, Si. We have Ha, Wu. You can also see in Korean, Il, I, Sam, Sa, O. So they are very similar. And Korean, as well as Thai, they have been influenced by Chinese just by looking at the numbers. You can see that. Learning Chinese can be a gateway to learning other languages. Japanese, for instance, they use the kanji or the hanzi in Chinese. The Chinese characters, the ones that you see on this presentation, they're understood by Japanese people, as well as Koreans. They use hanja, but they don't really use it in their writing anymore, and they have their own alphabet. And if you also subscribe to the channel, like the video, we'll talk about some different alphabets and different writing systems, because I do like learning different languages, and I have studied a bit of Korean, but I have studied Chinese for a very long time. That is why I believe that Chinese is very useful, and I have found it useful in many different countries. I used it in places like I said, Malaysia and Thailand, and even if you go into, say, like the Middle East, or in places like Turkey or Europe, you will find tourists, you'll find travelers, and you might even find some overseas communities. Probably you can even use it in the US, and certainly in places like Canada or Australia. Learning Chinese will open up some very big opportunities. China and these Asian countries in general, they are very big markets, and they're emerging markets, so you'll have a lot of opportunities. More importantly, learning a foreign language, it will give you some new perspectives. It will broaden your horizon, and it will help you to learn other languages. And Chinese has a tone system. That's the topic of another video. But you will find the similar tone system exists not only in Chinese, but also in languages like Thai and Vietnamese and Lao or Burmese. You will find that learning Chinese can also help you with these other languages. And how you will learn Chinese? Luckily, it's 2025, and the world has become very connected by the internet. It's very easy to find resources online. There are many good websites, many good YouTube channels like this one that will put out content learning Chinese. I would suggest you start with the Pinyin system. That is the Romanized system for learning how to write Chinese characters. And since we have this character here is I. It's written in Pinyin as AI, not like the AI like ChatGPT or something like that, AI, to represent its sound. So when the Chinese kids go to school, they can learn the sounds of their characters. I would suggest you start by learning Pinyin, and then you can go into the tones, the tone system, because that will help you to pronounce the words correctly. Then you will be understood by the local Chinese people, by the natives in whatever community you're in, whether you're in mainland China or somewhere else. You can go and find some Chinese people to talk to. I'm here in Thailand. In Thailand every day, I can find lots of Chinese people to go and talk to. If you're like me and you don't have the chance to travel to China, well, you can go and find Chinese speakers in most major cities. And if not, well, the internet, it's very big, and you can find some Chinese friends or just read some Chinese, watch some YouTube videos, and sign up for a Chinese class. There are so many ways that we can learn Chinese. And there's even AI. The AI, it can help you to learn some basic concepts in Chinese. Nowadays, everybody's talking about DeepSeek, which is from China. So I'm sure that its Chinese is very, very good because it's from China. So it can also help you. So I would suggest some of these methods. I hope that makes you want to learn Chinese or even learn another language. You don't have to choose Chinese. There are many other good choices. I would suggest if you want to learn a foreign language, you can look at some that would be very useful. If not Chinese, maybe Arabic is also a very good choice because not only is it spoken all around North Africa and the Middle East, but it's also a second language. Here in Thailand, I can also find some people who speak Arabic, and I can find some Arabic teachers. And if I go to the southern part of the country, I will find even more. Yeah, that's even in Thailand. You can find Arabic speakers. And if you went to, say, like Malaysia or Turkey or some of these countries, you would also find many people who can speak Arabic. Many of them speak it as a second language. They'd be in the same boat as you, and you would also be learning it as a second language. You could also learn Malay or Indonesian because so many people speak that language. Like I said, in Malaysia, and also in Singapore, and also in southern Thailand, and even here in the north part of Thailand, we can find some people who speak Malay. Of course, Indonesia is also a very big country. It has recently joined BRICS along with China. They all have a very good relation with each other. So if you could learn both of them, maybe that will also help you. Another good choice maybe is Spanish, especially if you are in the United States or in Canada or anywhere near Latin America or maybe even in Europe. You'll find many people who can speak Spanish. If you think Chinese is scary, well, then you can choose one of those other ones. Yeah, I would suggest Chinese also if you are very interested in Eastern Asia or Southeast Asia because it is very common here. You don't have to necessarily go to China. You could go, like I said, to Malaysia or to Singapore. You can go to Hong Kong. And that brings me to the last topic. What kind of Chinese do you learn? Because in Hong Kong, they actually speak Guangdonghua or Cantonese. And there are many dialects of Chinese, such as Chaozhouhua or Guangdonghua or Fujianhua. But there is the standard Chinese called Guanhua or Mandarin. And in China, they call it Putonghua. And in Taiwan, they call it Guoyu. It means the national language or the common language. It is the standard Chinese. So it's just like if you were to learn Arabic, you would have to learn Fusha or a standard Spanish. You would probably also want to learn a standard maybe from Spain or from Mexico. So the same thing for Chinese. You would probably want to start out with the standard because that's what people, even if they don't speak it at home, they're going to speak it outside when you are traveling or you're going for a business. You're going to be able to communicate with them. And then say you want to go to China, say you live in Shanghai, well then you might want to learn the Shanghaiese, the Wu dialects, but that would be after you completely study Putonghua, after you are very comfortable and you can communicate. You would start with the standard Chinese, learning the Pinyin, and then learning how to speak by the tones. You would learn the tones, then you can start learning greetings, and you can learn Chinese characters. Chinese characters, there is a system for learning them. That will be the topic in a later video. I hope that you like this video. Please subscribe to the channel, and that will let you know when new videos come out about some of these interesting topics. Thank you for watching my video,